All right, here we go. As y'all can see, I ain't been here for a while. And I ain't been here for a while because it ain't been none to report. I'm really tired of the same old thing going on. Same old, same old. I had to get myself right for this. Yeah. So today, we all heard the news. Flacco is headed off to the division rival Cincinnati Bengals for a 5th round pick, which we also in turn gave a 6th round pick, which is crazy. I hate to gloat, but I told you guys so. I told you. And this is the thing that I told you guys. Not only was he not the guy, but I told you guys, and I believe what I said previous on the previous episodes was that Shador is gonna take the reins and we're gonna see him like the 6th. This is what I said. I said the 6th to the 8th week. Okay. And this is the other thing about it. It's not even that Dylan's not doing a decent job. It's that he's not the guy. Why? Because the QB battle is not over. You never heard them say the QB battle was over. Not for real. What they did was said we picked a starter for week 1. Picking a starter for week 1 is not the same as that's it. That's all, folks. This is our future. You know good and damn well they didn't pick no Flacco as our future. He ain't got that much left. I think it's horrendously stupid and crazy that the Bengals would even take Flacco. Like, that's really desperate. I think Browning was still doing better than Flacco. But they just need a guy that can perform, check downs, do just good enough to get it by. Can you get the ball to these receivers we paid a whole lot of money to? They might look at our situation like Bond and Judy and company ain't enough. That they not that good. And that they got the premier receiver. So whatever the situation is, great. Y'all take that. You can have that. Cool story, bro. Y'all can have that. Over here, we not done. We're not done, unfortunately. And this year is going to be about finding out when we are done. When we get the guy that's our guy of the future. It could be Shador. I'm 75 to 80% sure that he can run the team for the next 2 to 3 years. With what I've seen, the potential that I've seen. But we also have a head coach who wants to run the playbook. And this doesn't always fare well. And right now, the plays don't look that great. They just looking real standard. Like, this is not looking like we got a playbook guru. This is not looking how when he first came, the plays were looking. It's looking like we're running the spread because we don't have the running back like we had with Chubb. That's what it looks like to me. That's what it looks like to me. So I just want y'all to understand that and keep you on your head. He never said that this thing was over. He never said that the QB battle was over. So with that being said, we got certain expectations we got to fall back on because they're not really accurate. They're just expectations that we have that we want these guys to live up to. But the truth be told, that it's just not accurate. It's just not what's really real. There's too much politics, promises, things that they had to get out the way before they can even get to a Shador. which is what's really real. Just the media presence and everybody clamoring is the reason that we're not there like that. That's the reason. There's too much focus on that. So once you get away from that and you start to focus on, okay, hold up, this is what we're really here for. Now you're going to start to see something different when you look at it with blind eyes of not being just a Shador fan or not being, like I'm a LeBron fan. I met LeBron back in the day. I think it was 2003 or something like that. 2002, 2003, Maurice Claret introduced me to him. I've been a LeBron fan. And that's great. But when does LeBron have a team is my concern. I never saw that he had a great team with the Lakers. There was like flashes in certain points. People try to make the LeBron Jordan comparison and not wanting to acknowledge what the Bulls team was at that time, or not wanting to acknowledge that Phil made everybody a supporting cast to Jordan. You wasn't there. You wasn't born. Most of y'all don't want to make the argument. He had to take so many shots to have 40-point games. So there's a difference when people start to have these like GOAT conversations. I'm just using this as a metaphor to right now because you guys need to understand that we're still in the quarterback competition. So in my eyes, when I look at the numbers and I look at what's going on in a practice field and what's going on in certain spaces, Shador is leading that space. With veterans getting beat daily by a kid with 70% accuracy that has been using a second and third string for the whole audition and whooping y'all. So bruh, it's politics. That's why Dylan has to go first. He has to go first. It can't just be a situation where we all say, oh, the talent's there. This needs to match the talent, man. He's way talented. What are you waiting for? He got to play the politics game. He got to give Dylan Gabriel a shot if he's not going to trade him. And he doesn't want to trade him. Why? Because I got 2 early picks. What the hell would I trade him for? Are you out your mind? Y'all gonna have Flacco. You got Pickett. Give me somebody else to hang back there. Flacco, you can be a mentor. I don't be no damn mentor. Let Shador say something like that. Let Shador say something like that. Nail him to a cross. And it's the type of thing that I mean. We can't let them build these kind of negative stereotypes narratives, and us perpetuate it as well. Because he's not being a distraction to the team. The media is just on it like that. But it doesn't matter because long story short, he's going to see the field pretty soon. Now, my next thing, I talked about this. I think I might have talked about this already. Let me check myself. But the other negative narrative of that, I heard this one today, that since they've traded Flacco, Stefanski and the staff, the front office, are trying to say that, yeah, this was our plan all along to keep Shador back here to, groom him and train him. And when he does good, then we'll be able to say that we trained him and we groomed him to all along. And this was always our plan. I don't know about that, but I tell you what wasn't their plan. Their plan was not to put the guy that should have gone in the first round but went in the 5th that you got on a steal in there and damage him off rip. That was not their plan. That wasn't their plan. If he didn't know the playbook as well as another guy, well, we got to groom you. We got to get you ready to go out there. We know that. So what are we talking about? It has to happen anyway. It has to happen anyway. So it's just a lot of things that people are making up and just sound really ridiculous. And we got to get our head out the clouds and just look at this for what it is. It's not over with. The QB battle is not over. It's just started. It just got into the thick of it. And now the process of elimination has started, where 50% of the contestants are gone. You feel me? That's where we at. That's just the reality of it. I think Cincinnati gonna get Flacco hurt. That's me personally. But, y'all couldn't protect Burrow. I don't see anybody saying, like, all this talk about Deshaun Watson too. Oh, he's injury prone and this or that. Nobody is making these statements about Joe Burrow, who gets hurt every year. Joe Burrow been hurt every year almost. Maybe with the exception of 1 or 2 years that he's been in the league. Now I'm trying to tell y'all. Week 6 to 8, Shedeur. And if I'm wrong, on top of that, you still gonna see him this year. He's gonna start as QB1. But I'm telling you, the QB battle will not be over until you hear them say, we have our guy for the future. We believe so-and-so is the QB for the future. If you don't hear that we still in a QB battle. Plain and simple. Now, we gotta tighten our supporting cast up for whoever is the QB of the future, because this is not working right here. And I'm gonna pray and hope that it's a chemistry thing. I know everybody on the squad, they love Flacco, as a person, and I like that. I really like that. Our only issue here is that for whatever reason, though, there was no chemistry. And partially because Flacco didn't take that many reps as well. And of the reps he did take in practice, they didn't look good. They didn't look great. Like, it was not like Flacco had a lot of great days, ahead of him. He did not. He did not have a lot of great days. He had a lot of days. He had some days where he would do okay, but it seemed more like he was just jumping in the walkthrough more than anything. He got out there, he threw the ball, of course, but it didn't feel to me like he was competing for a job. It felt to me that he felt that he already had the job. So Judy, Bond just got there, but I'll just say Judy and Njoku because they are top targets. I don't see the chemistry. I don't see that he's been working with them really hard. I don't see it at all. So that concerns me, because you got a 70% guy sitting on the bench that's never had no snaps with Judy. The defense ain't even had a chance to try to pick him off. He been playing with the 2s and the 3s and blowing y'all out all preseason and off season, all training camp. So we already know when he get with the 1s what it's gonna be. But if you know it, they know it. So it's politics. They're hiding something, or they are actually grooming him to get even better. They can use the excuse that Dylan Gabriel should know already because he's the higher draft pick. We know that's not true. They know it's not true, but They playing the game. They playing the politics. I know y'all don't want to admit that, but that's what it actually is. That's what it actually is. And right now, what we really need to worry about is no matter who comes in here, we also need to worry about, do we have the supporting cast for these guys to be successful? And right now, it does not seem as if we do. Judy is dope, but we still need another playmaker receiver. I don't know if Isaiah Bond is him. He looked pretty good out there, but I'm not sure if he's him yet. Our rookies are doing great, but we're not converting in the red zone. We're not converting when we get turnovers. We can't have that. We gotta figure that out. I hate to say it, but I told y'all.